People, everybody's doing really good today. I'm doing good. It's Tuesday, garbage day here where I live in the Central Oregon coast. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm not gonna talk about gaming. I'm not gonna talk about a little bit of gaming about the game. It's Infinite Warfare. I don't remember which map it is. Oops. And also I go 32 and something. You don't know what it is, but it's Domination, hardcore Domination, of course, because your boy always plays hardcore unless the people want to play core with him, and then I will just do that too. But this is a PTSD video, and if you want to stay and listen, that's cool. If not, don't worry about it. Click off and go watch somebody else's video. This is for people with PTSD or people that learn about what happened with PTSD and first, kind of I put my journey, so my journey so far and understanding that stuff like that, and so I'll just kind of break it down for you, and we'll go from where to where to where, and we'll end up going down a dusty road, and we're off Cop Tampa and up northern Iraq, and we're heading up towards towards the explosion that we heard, and we're all three strikers, two Humvees, and we're going, and turn around this corner, and you could see that this whole convoy just got hit with rockets. It was just obliterated. It was mostly fuel trucks, and it was the wonder the explosion was so big, and you could see. To me, what really not really grossed me out, but shocked me, was the drivers were all along the side of the road behind their trucks, all lined up, and some of them were moving, some of them were crying, some of them were doing whatever they could do, and there was a U.S. soldier right walking along with them, and I don't know his name. I didn't see what his name was. I didn't care. As soon as he started shooting him in the head, I just kind of turned away. Serious. I think that's one of the triggers that got me. And another trigger to me is every time I would go out in Mosul and we go into the center of the town, there would always be dead bodies with people shot in the head, or their heads cut off, or they're burned, or stuff like that. And it just after so many dead bodies, you don't like the smell. You don't like the smell. I don't like the smell of diesel or dead bodies. Dead bodies I can understand, but diesel just really kind of triggers me a little bit. It makes me feel different, kind of give me a little bit of a flashback of being back in Iraq, and that's one of my triggers is diesel. And if I don't know what your guys' triggers are, mine is diesel, and I don't like it. And yeah, it's hard to live with. And from there, and there, and then after that, it's about a week ahead forward. We're walking into the chow hall, and I'm with my platoon and a couple guys from the headquarters platoon, and I'm telling these guys, I'm like, come on, you guys sit with us. Our whole squad is not here. You sit with us. We'll take you back, and we'll go back. And it didn't work out that way. So the chow hall. This is on December 21st, 2004, Mosul, Iraq. Fob Merez, suicide bomber. And I know it says mortar attack, but I was there. It still haunts me to this day. That really haunts me. That chow really haunts me. And we go through the line. We sit there, and I said, "You guys go sit with us." They know they're going to sit with the rest of the sapper sergeants over there, and just me and my squad set right here. I'm sitting on the edge of a table at the edge of a metal wall, and sitting there talking and talking. They're all having a good time, looking around. I'm looking around, seeing what's going on. I take a drink, and as soon as I drink, I just that's the last thing I can remember when I woke up was taking a drink. I don't know what happened between me taking a drink and me ending up on the floor over there. I don't know how that happened, but I couldn't hear for 3 days, and I really think that kind of triggered my PTSD worse than it already was, because I can no longer remember my childhood. I can no longer remember my teenage years. I remember some things, not as much as I should. And my childhood is not as much as I should, and it just I have trouble talking. I have trouble reading, I have trouble writing, and that's all from that blast. And I don't know how it happened to me that way, but after that blast of reading, writing, and talking, sometimes all do not all fit too good together. Just the way it is. These people out there with PTSD who's listening, you understand what I'm talking about. It gets you, it messes you up, it fucks you up. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But after that, at the time of that day, I got sent home. About 3 months later, they didn't want me in combat with the medication I was on. So I got to leave and go back and help out back on the thing, doing stuff. And so I would see a psychiatrist at the place at Fort Lewis, and I saw this guy, and he's pretty much telling me, "You're getting out." I said, "That's fine." Okay, I'm getting out. And he goes, "Tell me some of the things that you saw when you were in Iraq." And I just explained like those things I just told you guys, and he's like, "Oh shit, that's what those exact words were. You had that before, then you went in and had that done too? Okay, well, I'm gonna put you on this, and this, and come back and see me every 2 weeks." So that's what I did. Got out, and then once I got out, I kind of ran out of the military's stuff I tried to get, then I started going into with the VA over there in Washington State. And from the people in Washington State, they would give me so much medication take it home and give it away to people and they wouldn't notice. That's how much they gave me. I was sick and they made me a zombie. I missed out a good last part of my grandpa's life. I missed part of my daughter's life when she was really little. I was just a fucking zombie. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. I was a huh. Couldn't remember nothing. I still can't remember nothing. That's besides the point. But once I get through that, and then the shuffle of medications back and forth, and then I finally moved to the Oregon coast in 2011. Through those years, I was suffering with no messed up medications or no medications at all or too much medication. And one of the medications I took, mood stabilizer, hurt my pancreas. I guess I can't take that anymore. It put me in the hospital for a week. I just learned how to eat again. I really learned, but had to start from the basics again: water, Jello, stuff like that, up to heavier stuff, You know, they flooded me with. I had to take a piss like every half hour. They had so many frickin' IVs in me full of juice and stuff like that. Once I learned what was the third juice, I get caught up, and then they send me an appointment at the VA in Portland, Oregon. So I'm leaving the coast. I ride a van. We ride the van all the way up to the Portland, Oregon VA. I get out and ask where it's at, and so I walk back across the little road over to, they call it mental health, which that's what PTSD, mental health, yeah, the same thing. And I sit down, and this little tiny little lady, she's about 4'8", comes up and she goes, so and so, right here. So I stand up and I look down at her, and this is a small little lady. I'm 6'3" and a half, and she's 4'8". Oh my God, you're little. That's beside the point. She goes, follow me. So I follow her and go into her office, and we look around, and I sit down, and she starts talking, asking me a little bit of questions about who I am and where I served and stuff like that. So I told her. And then she starts threatening me. Yeah, no shit. She starts threatening me, saying she's going to take away my guns at home and take away this, take away that, take away this, take away that. And about the eighth I've taken away, medications I had in my pocket that I was going to ask for refills for, I set them on her desk, and I said, you're not my doctor anymore. And I walked right out of her office. You can't do that. I just did. So then I'm off medication now. A good 3 years, 3 to 4 years. And that was hell for me. I went up, my life went up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I had no control to it. It was putting my wife and my kid through hell. I wasn't meaning to, but that's what PTSD did to me, and that's the after effects. I wouldn't want to go places. I wouldn't want to meet people. I would think somebody's looking at me, and I would get aggressive, and that's just not who I want to be. I want to be a nice person, get along with people, and have a good time, you know. And we could talk about PTSD anytime you guys want to. Leave comments down below about what happened to you. I'd love to read it. Love to understand what's going on in the world besides just me. And I know a few other people. There's a couple other people that do YouTube, and not this time. I'm not going to say anything. But after we all get together and talk and play some games together, I'll put their names out there, and you can go watch them. You can follow them too, because they have PTSD too, and they're great people. I'm talking really great people. Us three are supposed to play together sometime soon, so that's what's going to happen, and then we'll go from there. I think that's really good. So I like this, and I started bottoming out. I'm just bottoming out. Me and the wife are just not getting along. I'm sleeping in one bedroom. She's sleeping in the other bedroom. And I just snapped. Picked up my phone. It's 2 o'clock. No, what time was it? It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, so-and-so, come get me. I need to leave. And he said, I'll be there in 4 hours. He lives in Washington State, and where he lives is 6.5 hours from where I live. He made it here in 4 hours. He got me. I packed a bag over there for about 2 weeks, and about the middle of the weeks, and when I just laying there reading a book or something, and my cell phone rings and it says private, and to me, when someone calls me private, it's usually the VA. The VA is really good about that. They're putting their numbers out, and he goes, so-and-so. I said, yeah, this is so-and-so, Dr. So-and-so. And I was like, oh, hi. I heard what's happened with you and your wife. Do you want to, I would like you to try to get on some medications. I said, sure. Where do we start? And that was 2.5, 3 years ago. And life is a lot better now. A lot better. I can understand stuff better. I can function better. Whew. I'll tell you one thing, though, that I don't know if I already said this, but there's 2 things. Pot. I know most people can't do it, but if you can, you have PTSD, it'll mellow you out enough where you can forget about your fears and what you don't understand. It'll calm you down. Trust me on that. And also CBDs will also help with your mind, with your mood, and stuff like that too. CBDs are part of the pot plant too that does not get you high. I said that right. It does not get you high. Regular pot does. CBDs don't. Just the way the bird flies. Just the way it is. The way it is. The way it is. I think I'm going to bounce out of here, and maybe another video I'll talk about the good years, last 2 or 3 years, what's going on and stuff like that. I've been talking enough. It's already been 10 minutes. Oh, thanks for listening, everybody. Hit that like button so I know you guys like this, and I'm out.
We've lost the lead. Securing B. B secure. Enemy UAV. The enemy has a drone package. You're needed at Bravo. Losing B. We're in the lead. Enemy shot sentry. Assist your team at B. Good job. Report to command for debrief.